first things first, get your ramps. Alright, normally I just throw a bunch in at a time. A couple big handfuls, as much as you fit in the top, basically. Alright, these are about ready to come out. I just try to drain as much off as I can. And transfer directly to the ice bath. This can get a little messy, just with water everywhere, but it's just water. So this is about half of what we will go through in a whole year. I did another batch. What's up, guys? We're back again in the kitchen. We're gonna be doing the ramp pesto today. Super easy, super fast. We'll just kind of give you a rundown of what we throw in there. And I don't really do too much measuring, but I'll try to do my best at... Hey! Oh, Fia's running it. I'll try to do my best at kind of throwing out some measurements, or close to. So, stay tuned! Alright, first things first, get your ramps. Get some water boiling. First thing we're going to do is blanch them. So basically you're cooking them in your boiling water, throwing them in for a couple minutes, and then throwing them directly into an ice bath to stop any more cooking from occurring. And it helps keep them, you throw the pesto in the freezer after you're done in batches, and then it helps keep them real green for when you pull them out. All right, so we picked these when it was like raining all day and it kind of just stopped raining, so we did very minimal washing on them, but any visible dirt we just rinse off, and then they go directly into the pot to blanch. Alright, normally I just throw a bunch in at a time. A couple big handfuls, as much as can fit in the pot, basically.
I got names.
You did?
Okay.
Stuff it all in there.
I got names.
I like it. Here's a leaf. Take that out.
And so, Mama, I need to call.
Alright, that's probably all that's gonna fit. Let those cook for a couple minutes. As you can see, Orla just loves to rip these leaves up. Nice job. Alright, these are about ready to come out. I just try to drain as much off as I can and then transfer directly to the ice bath. This can get a little messy, just getting water everywhere, but it's just water. Alright, then goes in the next bath. Thank you. Try to make sure all this, kind of break all these leaves that are blanched up, just because they can hold on to heat, if they're all clumped together like that, kind of mixing all of the ice so they get cooled down fast. Because what you're doing is you're basically just completely stopping the cooking process then. So all you're really gonna need, a bunch of olive oil, seasonings, just do salt and pepper. I threw some sumac that I had dried from last season in there with my last batch, and then you can do like red pepper flakes, and really add whatever seasoning you want to your taste. You can make it a little spicy, whatever you want. Nuts, I usually go with pistachios. You can do almonds, really any type of nut, whatever you want. Yeah, garlic, and then Parmesan cheese. I usually go a little bit light on the Parmesan, because then when I take them out of the freezer, I'll throw some fresh Parmesan in with like whatever I'm making. So you can either put a bunch of Parmesan in there right away just so it's, you know, basically ready to go with whatever you're doing with it, or you can do it like I just said, add a little bit more when you're making whatever you're making.
Yeah.
Alright, that is it for the blanching. Just make sure all that stuff is mixed up so it cools down correctly. And then the next thing, I usually just take about 2 cups-ish of these blanched ramps. Kind of wring them out to get as much of that water out as you can. And then we'll move on to the next step as far as adding stuff into the food processor. Alright, then like I said, I'll usually do like 2-ish handfuls like this. Kind of try to drain out as much as you can water-wise, and then I'll just throw it onto a plate with some paper toweling. So another handful or so. Drain as much as we can here. And then just try to get some of that excess water out of there. What do you think, Orla? Yes. So it's still gonna be wet, but that's okay. Alright, and then I'll just throw this right into the food processor. Hold on, Orla. We're gonna do this. That's a little more ramp leaves. Hold on, Orphea. Than I normally add, but that'll be okay. Alright, once you have your 2 toddlers contained, okay, Fia, that's good. Contained in an area without them screaming at each other, we can move on to the next step. Throw some Parmesan in there if you already did that. We'll throw, I don't know. Fia, stop. 1/8 cup, 1/4 cup of nuts in there.
I want some nuts.
Hold on.
Try some.
You can try one, but just chew it up good. Throw some garlic in there. This is kind of to preference too. I like garlic.
Right there.
Yeah. Some salt.
We need to
Go a little easy on the salt, because you can always add more. And pepper. Same thing with this. You can always add more.
To the boy good. To the boy good.
Good job, Fia. And then olive oil. I'm going to use the rest of this one here. You need quite a bit of olive oil. So, I don't know an exact measurement on this. I just go until it looks to be the consistency that I want it to be. I'm going to add quite a bit at first here, and I'm probably going to need even more than that. Okay. And then I'll usually take a spatula and just get everything that's on the sides of this off of there. And you can see it's still pretty like chunky, so we're gonna need to keep going on with pulsing it here. Sometimes this part can take a while just to get it the consistency that you want. Take a look. So it's a little bit drier than I want it to be. It does? It smells good. Take a sniff. Smells good.
Yes.
So I'm actually gonna add some more olive oil. Okay. Press it. Do a little more. look.
Yeah.
Here, don't press any buttons, okay?
Okay, good.
So that's a little more like the consistency that I'm looking for. It might be hard to tell in the video, but slightly wet. It's broken down. You can do it how, you know, you can do it to where it's really smooth or like a little bit chunkier. I kind of like it a little bit in the middle, right around here.
Broken?
And then
Why is broken?
we'll just do a little taste test. You want to taste it?
No.
So that tastes pretty good. Could probably go a little heavier on the seasoning, but I'm gonna leave it as is because I usually add what I need to when I'm cooking whatever I
Play with this?
Sure. Okay, good job. So this is about half of what we will go through in a whole year. I did another batch earlier. I might even do one more small batch. We'll see how many packages this makes. And then I just freeze them into some like single serving flat. They thaw super fast. And then a lot of times we'll just make some pasta and then throw this in a saucepan with a little bit of milk, more Parmesan, and then you're set. You got pesto pasta. All right, that is it for this video. I hope this was educational for some people. Hope that you make your own pesto. And yeah, there's a lot you can do with it. We got all sorts of fun stuff coming up. We might go trout fishing tomorrow. So if we do, we'll make a video about it. We're doing something. So. Oh my God. I love you, yeah. As always, please hit that like button, please subscribe, and get those kids outdoors.
Say that.
Huh?